Jensen Huang took the stage like a rock star at GTC 2026 and laid out where AI is heading next, not as a distant idea, but as infrastructure that is already being built. So, basically, joining us today is Sanjana Gupta, who is going to, navigate the announcements and tell us what's been going on as far as GTC 2026 is concerned. Sanjana, of course, has been covering this, and welcome to Front Page, Sanjana.
Thank
it's
you
always
so
a pleasure
much.
to have you with us.
Same here.
So, the Grok partnership is a big one. Energy efficiency is a big one. The partnership with Uber is a big one. So these are the real big ones, right?
CPUs, everything.
Correct. Those are the cornerstones of a lot of the announcements. And the fact that he, of course, started off by saying that this is a technology conference.
Yeah. He just
Thank
came
you
on
so
stage
much
and he
for
was
that
like,
little...
thanks everyone, but this is a tech conference.
I mean, not obvious at all. But
Yeah,
then, of course,
well,
the next 2 hours, he went ahead and mapped out probably how the world economy is going to play out in terms of the technology aspect of things. And that's a big one, no, Sanjana? But I want to, of course, start off with you with a lot of the announcements which were not kind of maybe given that kind of mainstream spotlight, were kind of glossed over, but are as important, if not more.
Yeah. So I think definitely as much as NVIDIA is about its CPUs, GPUs, etc. And, the GPUs, the entire computing aspect, the models aspect, open sourcing and so on. So that's a big part of NVIDIA. But there's also a lot of other things that's going on the side, which maybe are not coming to light that much, but they need to be talked about. So I would say one thing is their recent entry into data centers in space. And I think that's something I mentioned the last time we sat together briefly. So this time in his keynote, Jensen announced a few announcements related to that. And he launched the Space One Vera Rubin, which is their model that they're aiming to put forward for data centers in space. And I think he talked innumerably about its capabilities. It's around 25% better optimized than the H100 GPUs, even I think 100x better than other platforms that they're working with. So I think in that sense, NVIDIA is actively showing its entry into this sector. By being that infrastructure provider for people building data centers in space. So aiming to delve into all things and delving into all things like hardware that's capable with harsh conditions in space, providing better cooling, better latency, lower latency, etc. So I think that's a field that's definitely something worth looking at. And now that the world is blowing up over it, so I guess NVIDIA has marked its entry into that as well.
But you know what also kind of made me kind of sit up and notice was this, Sanjana, that a lot of these big events, right? A lot of the other big tech giants have these events once in a year. A lot of them are announcements. A lot of them are, a lot of smokes and mirrors, maybe the big shebang, let's say. But what I could sense with Jensen Huang's announcement, there was a very serious underlying seriousness to it. When he said $1 trillion, he actually mapped it out, and it seemed like a very palpable reality moving forward.
I think the seriousness also comes with, as we've also previously discussed about delving into all layers of the rack. And that's, I think, what NVIDIA is also going ahead with. I mean, networking is a big part of the entire stack, right? And with networking and NVIDIA's partnership with T-Mobile, they're also actively delving into that sector, providing better and better, products for that. They are delving into partnerships for 5G networks and aiming to turn them from just networks to, let's say, a distributed AI computer space where they can have these networks run in real time.
Which will help cities in a big way, I believe.
And having it run in real time, again, brings in that aspect from the World Mobile Congress that we were talking about, where the AI load has to work on, run on the network, but also the network has to run on the AI load. So that kind of, fluency is what NVIDIA is bringing about. And I would say, as you mentioned, cities, one example that they provided in the, statements was about how they're working in San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
They're sort of building their models to help the city with, let's say, simulations, better
Nice.
simulations, or they're targeting around like 5x better incident responses in that
Which
sense.
is a very
yeah,
big
and even like
aspect.
traffic mapping, for example. So those are some things, I guess, with better networking comes better
sure.
responses in that sense.
Oh, for
So
sure.
that's something that they're delving into on the application side of networking.
As far as gaming is concerned, a while back there was this entire conversation and discussion which was going on, which is the fact that, here is a community which gave that label to NVIDIA of being a champion, because it always made sure that the gaming community had a little special corner in their heart of sorts. And then in the last announcement when they had made, which was, I believe, a few months back, they did not really say anything as far as the gaming community was concerned. They didn't really announce something for them. But I believe this time around,
Well,
they have
yeah.
corrected course again.
Yeah, this time they did cater to the gaming community like quite actively, I must say. So I think this year onwards, they're actively looking into that side of things, and you're seeing a lot of buzz by NVIDIA. And I would not say just like globally, but if you look at India itself, early last month, I attended a conference by NVIDIA in Mumbai where they talked about how they're going to launch their GeForce Now in India.
Must have been a wonderful experience, no?
Yeah, so they had all their monitors, and you could go out and test all their games, see what the latency is like, response actions. I am not much of a gamer, but I did play something.
Not at all. You could have fooled us.
Well, but yeah, I did play a little, and I was able to understand like the difference when you look at quality of the image, response speed, etc. So I think that is one aspect that they had talked about then, and they had said when they launch in India, initially work on their data center, which is based in Mumbai, and then like spread more across India. But as for GTC and the global announcements, they launched the DLSS, model, which will actively look into different games and how to improve, like, let's say, a player's like skin, for example.
So the graphics, basically.
Yeah. So graphics, but also along with all sorts of smaller things that come, like, action speed, reaction speed, and so on and so.
Nice.
So that's also something they're looking at, and they're delving into like, I don't know, you might know more games, but I think the ones that I came across.
Resident Evil.
Yes, Resident Evil was one. Then I think Hogwarts Legends was one.
I haven't played that.
Assassin's Creed was one. So I think a lot of these popular games are delving into that now.
My producer loves this game, by the way.
Really?
He just did a backflip when I said Resident Evil.
I'm sure then I guess he's the target audience for this announcement.
Correct.
So yeah, I think that community is being targeted very heavily by NVIDIA through this announcement, and they're also gonna look at like image quality in terms of like 4K and the display itself.
There was also something which you were mentioning, Sanjana, which caught my attention, which is Adobe, right? There is a partnership that they have with them as well.
So I think when you look at the entire space of let's say graphics and just creative tools, that's another space that NVIDIA is quietly sort of entering into and making a mark there. Like DLSS was one thing, but Adobe, the partnership with Adobe is like a larger part of things. They're looking at powering their AI model Firefly much better, making it a proper like full-scale solution. Again, we come into the full-scale aspect of it. So till now, Firefly has been more of like a generative tool. Almost like I think 70% of Adobe users use Firefly on a weekly basis, and that's a big number. I think the model has already generated around 20 billion assets until now since it was released, and I think in about the last 6 months it's generated like 1 billion images.
Brilliant.
So that's big numbers that we're looking at. But what NVIDIA is changing with this now is that they're gonna move on from this model just being a generative AI model to making it something that's, I wouldn't say agentic AI, but kind of, something that can handle campaigns, can handle like proper, commands and, carry out your operations. And that's what they're aiming. So imagine like,
Claw.
Yeah. So imagine like, let's say you are sitting and you're working on like InDesign, and you're able to just like command your bot and it's like doing side functions. And I know that's a very heavy workload for Adobe.
No, but fair.
Definitely, like they're looking into all their apps, InDesign, Premiere Pro, Acrobat. So around all their products and different aspects of how much they can make this AI tool do. So, and it's all getting powered through NVIDIA.
But it's interesting that you pointed out a lot of these, layers, apart from obviously just the GPU, just the hardware, which they're synonymous with world over. But I feel, Sanjana, this is a very conscious move that, I mean, NVIDIA is now pretty much, the thought that comes to my mind is, what is it that they can't do? I mean, they have kind of, established themselves as that company.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a reason that in the last year itself, in 2025 itself, in the first half, NVIDIA hit like 4 trillion market capitalization.
Yeah.
And in the second half, they hit 5 trillion. So in 1 year, they hit like 2 records. And with 5 trillion, it was the only company in the world ever to hit 5 trillion.
Brilliant.
So there's a reason, I guess, that is happening, because they're also a company that's not sticking to just their core power that they started with. They're expanding across all verticals that are possible. And even if you look at like physical
and they're doing
AI,
it very aggressively.
yeah. Like even if you look at physical AI, they're not just delving into like, let's say the most commonly known physical AI, which is robotics. They're delving into, autonomous vehicles, and robotics also, like
Correct.
industrial, humanoids. Then there's like everything that comes under the
AI bit, which they're now getting into,
exactly,
from the software perspective, etc.
Yeah.
And I think, do you feel it is also because a lot of it has to do with the fact that there is this growing discussion regarding the fact that, we cannot just depend on one single source, which is NVIDIA, for hardware. So Jensen Huang, I believe, understood this way back. And I think he's just unfolding everything now. I think this was something which I'm sure he would have planned way long back.
Yeah, I mean, it's the world's most important company in that sense, because everything runs on that. A lot of Indian enterprises, HCL Tech, and Sarvam is also a partner with NVIDIA. So like all sorts of enterprises in India and around the world run on NVIDIA.
Fair.
So definitely, I think there was a vision there. But I mean, nobody could see this coming since the incubation of NVIDIA. I mean, when they started out, they were struggling for funding and, running around here and there. And then one day the magic happened and just, NVIDIA took off from there and came to be the first company in the world to ever hit 5 trillion.
Fair enough. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Sanjana Gupta, who's of course written a wonderful, glorious article on this, which is the GTC 2026. And she has delved very deep into a lot of the announcements, talking about how they will impact the various ecosystems as we move forward. Please, of course, track Sanjana Gupta's articles, because they're extremely insightful in the Analytics India magazine. Thank you so much, Sanjana, for being on Front Page. As always, it's been a pleasure. And of course, here is, ladies and gentlemen, the front page take, the front page pick. That would have been interesting. But anyway, here it is. So from models to systems that produce, decide, and act at scale, I believe NVIDIA has started to make that shift, and it is already aggressively underway. Please do let us know what do you think about these developments in the comments below. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Front Page by the AIM Network. Like, share, subscribe, and always remember, think AI, think AIM.